Hello, and welcome to the module benefits and product value of AppDynamics. Why you want to monitor applications. Applications are our gateway to our business revenue. They are central, and we need them to be available, efficient, and modern. With so much competition and demand from clients or businesses, this requires constant change. As we know, where there is constant change, it poses challenges. These challenges can often lead to application issues. With applications being central to our businesses, we need to monitor performance. Today, siloed monitoring is the common answer. Siloed monitoring works great when a single issue is the root cause. This approach was fine for monolithic architectures where there were fewer components, and server health was a reasonable proxy for application health and customer experience. But siloed monitoring fails when there is no single issue causing the problem and you have this skittle effect of traffic lights from all your monitoring tools. It becomes impossible to follow the customer when a series of small issues are the cause impacting your end users or customers. And you lack the business context of what matters to your end users or customers, or how it's impacting your bottom line. The only way is to start from the user and trace through the entire environment, in context of the user's activities, known as the business transaction. The fact is, end users experience business transactions. They do not experience servers or application infrastructure, and they don't care what or how you're innovating. They care about the experience today, the here and now. Without complete, real-time end-to-end visibility, from the user to the application, finding and fixing problems takes longer and costs more, jeopardizing the most important asset to your business, your customer's digital experience. This introduces new challenges to application monitoring. First, cloud and SaaS. The cloud and distributed applications increase complexity and internet dependencies. Traditional synthetics with app-only insights lose relevance outside traditional data centers. Second, more service and API-driven applications. Again, more reliance on internet and third-party resources. Average of 15 internal and third-party APIs per application and constantly changing. Hybrid, multi-cloud, and inter-data center applications becoming the norm. Third, increasingly global users. Need broad visibility and global footprint of vantage points. Testing a frequently changing application is resource-heavy with only browser-based recorders. Increasingly global users and diverse connectivity channels, for example, mobile, broadband, etc. The application landscape nowadays is quite complex. It is not very straightforward. The environments you are using become more complicated every day. Applications could be hosted in your data center, in public or private cloud, or across it all. It has to work while you are migrating and innovating, because customers really do not care where you are in that transformation journey. How can we check the performance of an application? Application Performance Management, as known as APM, evaluates how an application performs, and End User Experience Monitoring, as known as EUM, analyzes user behavior within an application. As part of enabling business to drive towards achieving their digital transformation goals, we have a framework to help realize this value that pulls together a number of Cisco technologies, delivering a business outcome-oriented solution aligned to what you want to achieve as a business. I want to highlight the top of this slide in particular, the Visibility, Insight, and Action section. This is a framework that I will go over and explain in the next couple slides. Before we get into the detail, this framework is made up of 3 pillars. Starting with visibility across all core environments, whether on-prem or in the cloud, from older systems through to cloud native. Insights. Once you have access to that data, it's about making sense of it. Alerting off it, providing access to it, but above all, getting the root cause identification. Finding the root cause identification enables an action. So finally, action. This is where we can go on and fix the issue in a fraction of the time, or where possible, automate the fix of that problem. And critically, there is a feedback loop. This is where we confirm that the issue has been fixed by looking at what matters most, the user's experience. AppDynamics starts by monitoring everything your users do, from the device they're connected on as they click or tab through your application. AppDynamics then automatically builds out maps of user journeys based on what your users do. Then AppDynamics follows that click through the technology stack, aggregating data from infrastructure, applications, user experience, and business impact in one central unit of context, the business transaction. AppDynamics does this by deploying agents into your application servers without needing to rewrite code. so you can be up and running on a 1,000-node Kubernetes cluster in minutes. Then it dynamically baselines every metric we ingest to work out across hundreds of metrics what's the abnormal thing for this time of the day-to-day of the week. This works across so many technologies like SAP, mainframe, and IIB, right through to modern clusters, microservices, and serverless technologies like Lambda, on-prem, in the cloud, or across them all. However, as an example, we can see on the slide that only 85% of our users are able to see the product page. We can clearly see that user 2435 had this problem, and then drill down to diagnose the root cause. In the case that we have here, it looks like high CPU is the root cause, but it isn't. So then you need to get to the specific line of code that is causing the high CPU and see all of the context around what the user is actually doing. But the business is asking what happened. We can take this further and zoom in on the location of the problem, the dates affected, even what device. We can surmise the numbers of users affected and even the potential revenue risk. Bringing this all together, we noted that there was something abnormal going on with our application. We very quickly identified that 25,000 users were impacted, affecting the company top line by $3 million. We then identified that there were a couple of potential causes, such as a code change or unexpected data. Once we have that information, businesses can decide on the next step, whether that be automatically optimizing infrastructure resources and costs, triggering automated workflows, or rolling back poor quality code from production environments. Of course, oftentimes getting to the automated remediation aligns to a curve of maturity. On day 1, you only do reactive troubleshooting. On day 2, you already have a proactive issue resolution. On day 3, you do the integration with workflow automation technologies. And then on day 4, you already have automated infrastructure resourcing and more.